Hi, what's up guys? Today I would like to show you my anti-meta stand deck profile. Originally I found this deck on YouTube where Asia Persuasion played this deck on YCS Las Vegas, I think 2 weeks ago. And I tried it and it works really well against the meta because the meta deck Snake Eye and Voiceless Lois has only low stat monsters or only monsters that can only special summon, so they have a hard time to beat over these monsters that prevents both players from special summoning. So this deck is really good positioned in this format and it's really cheap, so it's really a good deck if you want to have a budget and strong deck. So for the monsters I play 3 Fossil Dyna, 1 Barrier Statue of Torment, and 3 Jaugen. All these monsters prevents both players from special summoning. Barrier Statue of Torment only prevents from special summoning other monsters than water, but there aren't any water meta decks this format, so it's not really a problem. Jaugen can also deal with already established boards by discarding a card, and it can destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Fossil Dyna can do it also, but I need to set this card and it needs to be flipped. But most of the time I just want to normal summon these guys. Next I play 1 Necro Valley. I only play 1 copy because I don't want to open multiples, and the game with this deck lasts a couple of turns, so I don't want to draw a second copy, because if I already have established board, I don't really need to draw into this card. Next I play Dogmatika package, so 2 Dogmatika Ecclesia, 2 Nadir Servant, and 3 Dogmatika Punishment. So punishment is also a way to protect my guys from being attacked over, and also it can deal with already established board. Also Nadir Servant is a draw one going first, or it destroys one of my opponent's monster by sending Antis or Garura or other cards from extra deck. And I only play 2 copies of Nadir Servant because I play Dimension Shifter and it kinda conflicts with this card. And Dimension Shifter is the only hand trap because it's the most powerful, and either my opponent skips the whole turn or ends on a really weak board. Next, for the consistency cards, 3 Pot of Duality, 2 Pot of Prosperity, 1 Card of Demise. So I only play 2 copies of Prosperity because drawing this card out of Garura or out of Card of Demise really sucks, and it conflicts with the drawing cards with this deck. And next I play 3 Time Tearing Morganite. Drawing 2 every turn really helps because the game takes a couple turns, and the best effect of this card is to normal summon twice, because if I have 2 guys on the field, even if my opponent has an imperm, they just can negate one of these and the second one still is active, so with only 1 imperm they cannot out it. Next, 3 Raigeki. So originally the Asian Persuasion played evenly matched, but I found out during the testing that it's not really efficient, because if I evenly match my opponent, they keep the strongest monster or the card that I have a hard time to deal with, and Raigeki can deal with all monsters on the field. And if I normal summon one of my monsters and activate Raigeki, their monster cannot float into other monsters with the Fossil Dyna or Jaugen on the field. So this card can deal with all their field. Next, for the protection cards, 2 Moon Mirror Shield. Equipping this card to one of my monsters, my monsters and during the damage step is always 100 attack, has 100 attack more than my opponent's either attack or defense, whatever is higher. So can always beat over my opponent's monster, and my opponent cannot attack over mine. So next, 3 Decisive Battle of Golconda. So whenever my monster would be, whenever one of my cards would be destroyed by Battle of Card Effects, I can send from my extra deck to grave one card, one fusion monster from the extra deck that mentions Fallen Falbas, and it protects the card. So it's not a hard one burn, so if I have 2 copies, I can protect 2 cards from being destroyed. And also it can send Titaniclad, so during the end phase I can search or special summon, but it rarely happens, Dogmatika monster from the deck. Next, I play 3 Solemn Judgment, so this card prevents my opponent from breaking the board, and 2 Storming Mirror Force, because my opponent will usually not play around this card in 2024. And that's it for the main deck. In the extra, I play a lot of Dogmatika punishment targets, so 2 Garura, 2 draw, and these 2 pop cards, 1 Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. So I usually send this card going first if I'm locked into not drawing, so I cannot send Garura, and I can banish this card from grave and pop a card on the field, so it's not a quick effect, and I can do it later. Next, 1 Malong. So this card, if this card is sent to grave, I can target a card on the field and return it to hand. So this card can deal with monsters that cannot be destroyed by card effects. 1 Omega to recycle back cards from the grave. 1 Tri-Brigade Arms. So this card has a huge attack, so it's a target for the Dogmatika punishment, and if this card is sent to grave, I can send Garura to draw a card. And it's a link for also the Ultimate Slayer. That I side. Next, I play the Falbas fusions. You can play any you want, so I play 2 Mirror Jade, 1 Albion. It doesn't really matter. These have the biggest attack, and 3 Titaniclad. And that's it for the Excel deck and deck profile. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this deck, what would you change, and what other deck profiles would you like to see. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.